Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am finally starting a YouTube channel. I have been such a fan of YouTube videos for so long. Every journey that I begin to take, whether it's weight loss or sister locks or hair dye or writing or just pure entertainment, I turn to YouTube. And so I decided, hey, there's not enough women that look like me age-wise on YouTube, and I wanted to start really sharing a lot of what I'm doing in my journey on YouTube. So please subscribe, please comment, post, definitely ask questions, share your thoughts about these videos, what you would like to see. But I want to tell you primarily what you're going to get from Pizzo's perfection, because perfection is never perfect. Basically, you're going to get a whole lot about writing. I'm on this writing journey to become a published author. I write everything from children's lit to women's fiction. I do poetry. That's a first love of mine. I also write a lot of essays. And so the next phase of my life and career, I really want to be a full-time writer. And so I'm on that journey. I've been on that journey for quite a long time, over 15 years. And I've learned a lot along the way. And each day, this journey gets sweeter and sweeter to me. So you're gonna learn a lot about my writing group, Sistalocs Writing Group, and how we meet monthly to encourage, inspire, and get everyone involved in the journey and share our passion, and of course share our works and critique our works so that we can grow. And then you're also going to learn a lot about reading, because I believe there cannot be a writer if they are not a reader. And I see that more and more out in a lot of spaces and conferences where we have a lot of wannabe writers, authors, but they aren't reading. And so definitely want to engage you more into reading. Definitely want to engage you more with reading diverse children's literature, because it's definitely needed in the space to continue bringing diverse works to all children, to all communities. And so definitely want to engage you in that space. And then I also want to just share all my loves. I have 4 beautiful children. You kind of see their pictures in that background. I have every age group. So I've been through a lot, from a 25-year-old down to my youngest, who's 13. They're athletes. Some play at the Division I level. Some are striving toward that level. So that's a major piece of who I am. As a mom, I'm also a wife. I'm also a wife in an interracial relationship of over 20 years, which is a huge YouTube thing. I've watched all of the couples, but it's major. And like Oprah said, you just can't go after one cut of meat. After a while, that cut of meat is no longer. So helping individuals navigate the terrain of, possibly dating interracially or marrying interracially or even raising children interracially. Is there some differences? Are there some advice points that I can give or support? I am a Christian, and so I'm all about light and laughter, bringing light into really dark places, and hopefully bringing about laughter in the midst of those dark places. That's really important to me. I try not to be controversial. I can, because I can, but I try not to be controversial. I just really want to really share a little bit of me with the YouTube community that's given so much to me. I'm a baby sister, and so I got a big sister that loves YouTube. Shout out. So if you're watching, hey, you'll see all of the beautiness in my 4 beautiful children, all the drama that we have sometimes. This is a new journey, so we'll see how much we do. I'm also a coach's wife, so I'm a football widow, and I'm always on a basketball court or a football field, and how do I manage that? And just as a woman, one of the major things that I discovered in my 30s was I was so wrapped up in my children and in my family, I had kind of lost a little bit of me, just trying to figure out who I am and being passionate about the things that are important to me and still owning true to who I am as an individual. And so I lost a little bit of that, and I've been on a journey to make sure I discover that, hold on to it, because the truth of the matter is your kids are going to grow up and leave you. They are. That is the goal. That is the journey process. And so don't lose yourself in your children. Find what you love to do, whether it be hair or makeup or church or community service. Find something that you're passionate about and hold on to it, and fall in love with new things and continue to grow and to continue to develop as a woman, as an individual, because life can be funny and change in a blink of a moment. And with those changes, you want to make sure you know who you are, that you can hold on to the core and essence of who you are. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video. I'm going to post a couple of other videos about my writing group. You'll see some introductions of each one of the members of Sistalocs Writing Group, and their works and what they're working on. But I also wanted to post today because I made a promise that my videos will be like 10 minutes, and that's it. 10 minutes. That's all you got to give me. 10 minutes. But one of the things I wanted to post today was some top authors, readings that I love in my life right now, that I love. Okay, I got 4 more minutes. Sing Unburied Sing. This is Jasmine Wear. Jasmine Wear, she is one of my favorite authors. Favorite authors. I read all her work. I'm one of the first ones to buy all of her pieces. She is a literary author. The language, if I could just get even a smidgen of talent when it comes to language and pacing and depth, and it's just beautiful writing. It's beautiful writing. It sits with you long. You feast on it. You'll go through it quickly, but you will feast on it for days and days and days. And then later on, months down the line, it'll still pop up. And you'll say, I'm thinking about that character again. So definitely check out Jasmine Wear. Her work is phenomenal. It's beautiful. All right. Anything. Beverly Jenkins, anything. She has gotten over 30 published pieces, books out there. They are fabulous. They are romance, historical romance. So you get all of the history. She is very learned. So it's not just some created history. This is stuff that she has dived deep in the trenches of the Smithsonian, of history, historical artifacts, where she has really uncovered gems to be able to put within her romance books. But honey, they are romance. They're steamy, they're feisty. The women are strong and the men are powerful. It's Black love at its highest quality. So if you haven't read Beverly Jenkins, go get some of her books. You can find them anywhere. They're on Kindle, Amazon. She is the real deal, people, and she pays it back. She does a lot to give back to her readers. She's on Facebook. She does book clubs, just tons of stuff. You got to get with Beverly Jenkins. I can't wait till Oprah call her up and say, we're going to put some of your works into some movies, because she is, you will never be disappointed reading Beverly Jenkins. I guarantee it. And she has all kinds, from inspirational books to straight up horror, straight up romance, to urban romance. She has all kinds. So Beverly Jenkins, another all-time favorite of mine. Another one. I taught this book every year for 10 years when I was a teacher. I used to be a full-time teacher for over 15 years. Well, over 10 years for sure. 8th grades. Rare breed, middle school teachers, rare breed. But I taught this every single year. This is Copper Sun. I would do a unit on slavery and a unit on the Holocaust. And this was I was an American history teacher and an English literature teacher. And I would marry my history oftentimes with my English literature. And this would be the book we would read to begin to really unpack slavery in America. This really is a YA book. The characters are very young, 14, I think, 13, 14. And it chronicles the journey from the transatlantic slave trade all the way to the Carolinas, the Florida. It's just an epic book. It took her, Sharon Draper, took her 10 years to research this book so she could write it for you. It is a fabulous read. If you haven't read it, read it. Share it with your young people. Give it to your English teachers to say, hey, unpack this. History teachers. It's a fabulous book. Lots of different supportive materials out there to help you teach it if you're a teacher. But Sharon Draper, Copper Sun. The first time I picked this up, I'll tell you this story. The first time I picked this book up to read, I said, oh, we're going on spring break and I need a book to read to travel because my husband never lets me drive. So I try to stay up while he's driving. And I said, I need something that'll keep me up. And I kid you not, I read this book almost 16 hours straight until I got to Florida and finished it. Just powerful. It's powerful. You definitely want to get this book if you haven't ever read Copper Sun by Sharon Draper. All right, the next one that I'm loving and it's dear to my heart because picture books are dear to my heart. If you got young boys in your house, 13, 14, 15, who will not read because they're athletes, they're rappers, they cool, they dope, they don't read, I understand. Put picture books around your house. They don't read them just because they're sitting in the space. And this is the picture book I'm loving right now. It is called Crown. The images are beautiful. It's written by Derrick Barnes and illustrated by Gordon C. James. It is beautiful. It's a beautiful book. Beautiful. Look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. The illustrations are fine art. Fine art. They are just beautiful. Look at that. Look at the realness. Crown by Derrick Barnes. I highly recommend it. It is definitely a coffee table piece. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I often will put books just up around to entice my young ones to read a book, pick up the book if it's in their face. And if nothing more, they know that books are important to their mama. And when they grow old, they won't depart from it. They'll get back to those books. I'm a firm believer in that. So definitely pick up Crown by Derrick Barnes. It's a beautiful book. And he has a lot of other books he's written. I just got another one of his. I haven't read it yet, but I'll give a review when I do read it. He has several other books. So some of these authors, the great thing about them is if you read one book and you're kind of in a reading slump, you can always say, you know what? I can't find anything else right now, but I'm going to go back to that original author I just read and enjoy reading something by them again. That is a beautiful thing. It really will continue to inspire and keep you motivated to read. Is returning to some of those authors that you know has engaged you, has entertained you, has educated you. So keep that in mind too. And then next thing is writers are readers. I don't know if you can see that really well. Writers are readers. I got this it's by Lester Lamanek and Reba Wadsworth. I got this at a reading association conference, and I haven't read all the way through it, but there are some really great tips in this to kind of keep you motivated as a writer, as a reader, but more so for those young ones that are in your life, whether you're auntie, your grandma, you are a teacher, you are a neighbor. We got to keep our young people reading and writing. There is no choice in that. We have to keep them reading and writing. They have a voice. They have a right to share that voice, and they have a right to make change with that voice. And the only way they're going to do that is to be literate readers and writers. And so definitely want to give that to them. But we also want to give it to the older folks who might have felt like they didn't have a voice, or they came through school and not enjoyed school and never learned that their voice is important. We want to give it to everyone. So writers are readers, and ways in which they can do that. I'm going to keep coming back, bringing you quality. I'm going to try to be faithful. My kids got practice on Tuesdays. Let me tell you how God works. Has practice on Tuesdays from 5 to 10, an hour away from me. So I get Tuesdays to myself. I don't have to do dinner, because if they wait that long, they will probably eat the car on the way home. So I tell my husband, make sure you pick them up something to eat. I can get in my pajamas if I want to and go to bed, because nobody needs anything because they're an hour away. Praise God for that. So I will try to be faithful in posting videos every Tuesday. Every Tuesday, we're going to talk about books. We're going to talk about writing. We're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about within my comment section. And you're going to see me go to conferences. I'm going to New York in just a couple of weeks to the Children of Colors Literature Conference in University of New York. So I'm excited about that. I'll take you guys along to that. I have a couple of my Sistalocs girls that are releasing books in a couple of months. I have a poetry book coming out in a couple of months, Lord willing. So I'm going to be here sharing all of this great information with you, but I'm also going to show you a little bit of my life, and I hope you share a little bit of yours with me. I hope I can be a help and a light and a laughter to you. Thank you so much for joining me. I know I said 10 minutes, but this is an introduction video, so you're getting 20 minutes just about of me, but I'll promise to keep it short if you keep coming back. You just keep on coming back to Pizzo's Perfection, because perfection isn't perfect, and we'll keep having a good time together. Thank you.